This should help you remember everything.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Everything you know is wrong.
Your life will be consumed by absolute loss.
He doesn't need his own weapons. He's got ours.
They'll always need men like us.
Our greatest barrier is our own fear. Our own doubts. The only thing holding us back is how far we are willing to go.
Parents should test games prior to allowing their child to play them to make sure that they are not too violent in nature or contain figures with inappropriate sexual connotations.
Violence in video games is different from the violent games in real life. The violence in video games can be categorized along different dimensions, whether it involves fantasy characters or representations of humans. It's also how it can be viewed as in the video game, whether first person or third person. The contexts of violent stories also vary along dimensions of reality, involvement, excite, how violent begin and end, whether they are presented as an erotic or humorous contest. These issues have been studied thoroughly by the researchers in order to understand the variations in the nature of violent video games. Violence has always been the main issue in the media, but never in the video games. Even said that the violence in video games will have no effect on the player regardless of the degree of violence in a video game, because they tend to focus on the game mechanics and its object, rather than its violence.
Parents should encourage youth to limit their playing time so that the screen does not become their sole source of entertainment.
Oh my god.
It just got really extreme.
Okay, let's play. I'm gonna fail. Everything's gonna be difficult for me because this is literally the first video game I think I've ever played. Okay, start game.
Hello world. What's this?
Okay. Oh, she's right there.
I'm like a piece of meatloaf.
I'm a meat person. Yeah! That was easy.
Go. Go! No! Yes!
And he's still again.
What do you think about violent video games? Well, everyone can play whatever they want, but it's not recommended why because it will teach you how to be violent.
Weapons don't have instincts.
It's different from the violent games in real life. The violence in video games can be categorized along different dimensions, whether it involves fantasy characters or representations of humans. Parents should be informed of the nature of some games so they may help youth make appropriate game selections for their developmental level.
My favorite game is Black Ops 3.
Why?
I love violence, the blood in it. This is
I cannot imagine how hard it's going to get.
It's fun because it's difficult. Why make a game that's not challenging? It's pretty good. I love challenges.
This is only like World 1. There are a lot more.
Why? It's so hard. 100% mad and angry.
Despite the claims of increasing violent behavior among players of violent video games, there is evidence supporting the opposite point of view. No significant differences in aggressiveness were found between students after playing a non-aggressive, a moderately, or a highly aggressive video game.
How many hours do you spend playing per day? 3 hours. How do you think it affects your mind? It makes me don't lose my work.
parents should play games with their children to keep informed of the latest changes and current trends in popular games. Parents should provide a wide variety of physical activities for youth that will offset screen time, such as outdoor sports, crafts, or bicycling. These will keep youth grounded in the real world and provide quality time for all.
Another study found violent video game play does not trigger the aggressive behavior. The second study by Williams and Corrick found that players who played a violent video game with an average of 56 hours a month were not statistically different from those who don't.
Chainsaw. Self-explanatory. Nearly fell off my chair when I first saw it.
The researchers also reported that gameplay was not a predictor of aggressive behaviors. If the popularity of violent video games is on the rise among children and teenagers, and if participation with such violent toys causes an increase in aggression, why then have the statistics for violent crimes been decreasing in recent days? So, does violent video game play really leads to increased aggression in children?
I'm sorry I couldn't cut it down to just the one. Next up, it's gotta be Noob Saibot. Hey dude, grab a leg. Make a wish. You got all the guts falling out and awesome. And what the hell?
Despite the claims of increasing violent behavior among players of violent video games, there is evidence supporting the opposite point of view. No significant differences in aggressiveness were found between students after playing a non-aggressive, a moderately, or a highly aggressive video game.
Bayazura.
Violence in video games may have even stronger effects on children's aggression.
For those who haven't played Oblivion before, our very special yellow friend here was given to us without our permission. His function, to annoy you as much as he possibly could. Godspeed.
Is there something you need? Can I carry your weapon?
First, the games are highly engaging and interactive.
Okay, I couldn't decide between one thing or the other, so consider this place as just GTA.
So according to the FBI, the murder rate hit 40% low in 2004 than the past year, which was also during the Grand Theft Auto Vice City became the best-selling game.
200 miles an hour. It's the euphoria physics that makes it all possible.
Third, children repeat these behaviors over and over as they play.
Chaos that is GTA. I realize I'm not being very specific, so I figured I'd throw in the execution of Nico's nemesis,